You have to remember this. Okay, so you must write down in your notes if you differentiate you will get, you differentiate sin, you get cos. Write down the angle fx and multiply by the derivative of the angle. And if you differentiate cos, you will get negative sin. Write down the angle. This one you don't have to copy. Please don't copy this part. You should know this already, please. And write down f prime x. I'm just writing down to let you know, right? So this is something that must be in your notes. So now, when I differentiate this, okay, so I'm going to differentiate. I tell myself, if I differentiate sin, I get cos. Okay, I put a bracket. I differentiate 2x, I got 2. All right, plus. Okay, I write down at the bottom because I don't want to tamper with this part. 5, I differentiate cos, I get negative sin. Write down the angle, close. I differentiate the angle that is negative x here. So I got negative 1. You better be very, very careful on this. So now I rewrite the thing is 2 cos 2x negative times negative, I got positive. So plus 5 sin 2 pi minus x. So in this way, you will get your 2 marks. So if whoever can write this one straight away, I will give you 2 marks also. You don't have to the one. So I do it step by step is to let those who are not familiar. As long as you can give me this correctly, I give you 2 marks. So are you clear? Okay. So you want to pass this test, the thing is very easy. You make sure you know how to differentiate and integrate. You definitely will pass. So if you want to do more further, then we will talk about it later under the application part. Yep. Okay. So another formula that you have to bear in mind is which formula? Can you tell me which formula? That is when you differentiate tangent fx, right? So what do you get when you differentiate tangent fx? You have sec. Sec means 1 over cos fx. If you want to put the square here also can. If you don't want, you can put the whole thing bracket square. Then after that, you time with f prime x. Am I right? And yesterday, I give you one more. Or maybe the other class. I can't remember. If I differentiate cotangent x, cotangent fx, this cotangent means what? 1 over tangent, correct? So cos over tangent. So this one we will get negative cosecant square fx times by f prime x. So this 4 formula is a must to write it down so that you can do it straight away. You don't have to, for tangent and cotangent, you don't have to use quotient rule to get the answer. Are you clear? Okay. In your notes, this is important for integration. Product rule, quotient rule, that one you will do it later. Okay. Got it? Any further question on differentiation? Any further question on differentiation? No. So differentiation, they may ask you to find the gradient, find the exact value. So you have to know how to find the exact value. So can I move to the next question? I move to the next question. Okay. You may try this. Okay, when you see this part, okay, when you see this part, correct? We know that we don't know how to differentiate sec x, but I know sec x is 1 over cos x. All right. Cosec x is 1 over sin x. Do you get me? So what you need to do is this fx, you need to write this as x over cos x. So now you use your quotient rule and get the answer. So to do quotient rule, y is equal to u times u over v. So the quotient rule will be this. Please write this down in your notes if you are not familiar. If you are familiar, then it's fine. Bottom is called V, alphabetical order. Okay. So I give you some time to settle.
In progress.
Okay, so look, my f prime x, V, u prime is 1. Take away u, v prime is negative cos x. Derivative of x is 1, so I don't write down. Divided by cos x, the whole thing squared. So if I have this table in hand, I will write down f prime pi by 3. I can straight away substitute the value. Cos pi by 3 is half. So I write down half here.
Miss, I thought it should be negative. Negative sign, sorry.
Sorry, it should be negative sin x. Yes, you are right. You are right. You are right. Okay, right? So negative times negative, I got positive. My x is pi by 3. So I substitute in. And my sin x is root 3 over 2. Right? Then divided by cos pi by 3 is 1 over 2 squared. So you see, the way I give mark, here only 1 mark. So any part wrong, your 1 mark gone. But if you bother to substitute in, even is wrong, I will give you 1 mark also. If you differentiate wrongly. Okay, then the final answer of simplified, you get 1 mark. Okay, so how to do this? So if you divide by half, square means what you can do is divide by half square means times half square. Half square is 1 over 4. So that means the whole thing times 4. Am I right? Hello? So that is something that you have to have bear in mind. So I can write this as 4. Then here I put half plus root 3 pi over 6. Okay. If you want to simplify further, you can do so. If you don't want, you can leave it like that. So you get another mark. Are you clear? But you cannot leave it here. Cannot leave it here. You leave it like that, you only get 1 mark. You have to simplify further. Okay. If you want to make it to 1 fraction, then it will become 2 into 3 plus root 3 pi over 3. All right? I take the half out. Okay. So I will give 1 mark even if you do until here. Okay? Because It's too taxing already. So I won't demand for this part. If you can, that will be better. Do you get me? But at least you must know that divide by 1/4 means times 4. At least you put a times 4 here. Are you clear? Okay. So got it?
Progress.
If my angle is pi by 4, do you know what is the cos and the sin and the tangent of pi by 4? Huh? If it's pi by 4, do you know the answer? Cos pi by 4 is 1/√2. Or if you want to write √2/2 also can. Understand? Depend on the situation. So I will leave it to you. Tangent pi by 4 is 1. What is another special angle? What is another special angle that you must know? Pi by 6. Yeah. You see pi by 6 and pi by 3 is the reverse. Here is √3/2. Here is half. And here is 1/√3 or √3/3. So all this, please write down in your notes so that you can use it straight away. If not, you won't have enough time to do your work. Hello? Clear? I'm here to help you to pass. I'm not to fail you, okay? So please do your part. Okay, done.
Progress.
Okay, now when you talk about integration, there are a few integration that you have to remember. Okay, what are the integration thing other than this? If you integrate a sin, inside must be linear. What do you get? Integrate sin, you get negative cos, correct? The angle must be linear form. Okay, if you integrate cos, you will get sin. Am I right? So it's the inverse. Remember, you have to divide by the coefficient of x. If you integrate secant square, you got tangent. If you integrate negative cosecant square, you got cotangent. So that two you write down by yourself. Can or not? So all that you please put it down. One side for integration, one side for differentiation. Your paper, you fold it into half. See or not? So that you have a clear cut. Don't mess up everything. After that, during the exam, you don't know where to see the thing. Okay, so for this one, I can't use any of this, all right? So I have to use this. Yeah. So what I need to do is, I need to write down my, okay, the 2 you can just write outside, it doesn't matter because it's 2 times of that. Cotangent is cos over sin x. 4, huh? 4. All right. So if I look, so now my fx, I just teach you how to see. My fx is sin 4x, correct? If I want to get my f prime x, so I just differentiate this first. My f prime x will be cos 4x times 4. Am I right? So if you look, I need a 4 here. I need to have a 4 here. But here, do I have 4? No. So I write it like that. I put the 4 down out here, then put the 4 up there. Can or not? Did I change the value of this function? No, I don't. So you have to do something. So this step is very important. Hello? Got it? Okay, so now you understand what I do, huh? Okay, so I got half. So if I integrate this, I will get ln sin 4x plus c. You get me? If you don't want, you just remember you have to divide by 4 because it's 4x. Hello? Are you clear? If you don't want to do what I do here, what you need to do is when you integrate, correct, you can just straight away write down like that. 2 ln sin 4x. Then here you divide by 4. Also can. You can do that. Can or not? You can do that. I will also give you full mark after you simplify. So the reason why I have to divide by 4 is because of this. Okay? I want to create a f prime x up there. Huh? What do you mean? How come got 4 cos 4x? Because when I differentiate fx, that is my sin 4x, I got a 4 there. So I have to create 1 there. If you find that this part is difficult for you, you just straight away do this part. Can or not? Because the angle is 4 times of x, so you just divide by 4. That's it. I need to create a 4 there so that my top is f prime x. That is the reason. If you find that difficult to comprehend, you just remember you have to divide by 4. That's all. If the angle is 3x, then you have to divide by 3. If the angle is negative x, then you have to divide by negative 1. That's it. Clear? Okay. Done, huh?
In progress.
So this question I'm testing you on. Okay, I'm testing you on this concept. So for the first part, when I differentiate, I'm using the products rule. V u prime plus u v prime. You differentiate cos x, you got negative sin x. Okay? And you differentiate x, you got 1. So you have to be very careful. So this will be negative cos x plus, because negative times negative, you got positive, x sin x. So when you are doing your part B, you should start from here, here. Here is the key. Start from there using this concept. Then start to manipulate with it. Okay, start now.
Progress.
Okay, let's see what to do. Okay, so now I start from here, this step. So I will write down integrate negative cos x. If there is a plus or minus, actually I can break into 2 parts. But I just put all together first. This is my f prime x, correct? This is my f prime x. So I just write this one down. And this is my fx. So if I integrate my f prime x, what will I get? I get back my fx. So my fx is negative x cos x. Are you okay? So this is my fx. That is how you go. So after that, now you ask yourself, if you integrate negative cos x, what do you get? You integrate cos, what do you get? Sin, correct? So because there's a negative sign there, so it's negative sin x plus this one I cannot integrate. When you have a plus and minus, you can just break it as individual. So this is negative x cos x. Am I right? So now my integral of x sin x dx, I can move this one over. Move this one over here. Okay, so negative, you move over, it becomes positive. So this will be equal to sin x minus x cos x. Now only I put in the limit. What is the limit given? 0 to pi by 4. So here I put in a square bracket, 0 to pi by 4. Okay, can or not? So now I start to substitute. I sub pi by 4. Take away sub with 0. Since 0 is 0, x is 0, so everything will be 0. Right? So I have sin pi by 4 is root 2 over 2. Take away pi by 4, cos pi by 4 also root 2 over 2. Correct? Okay, so what I can do is, up to you how you want to do it. You want to make it a single fraction, so this one you times 4. So I have 4 root 2 minus root 2 pi over 8. Okay, divide by 8. Okay, I can't write at the bottom. You please don't write divide by 8. Okay, you write over 4 over 8. Okay. Hello, if you can't, you just leave your answer like that. You just leave your answer like that. You just leave your answer like that. It's fine with me. Okay. If you can't do whatever I did there. So don't let that bother you. Are you okay? So that will make up this whole thing today, whatever we discussed will make up the first question in your test, and it costs you 13 marks. Out of 42 marks. That means almost 1/4. No, 1/3. Almost 1/3 of the paper. So there are 4 questions in your textbook, in your SAT 5. So afterward, during lecture, I will discuss through another one. Friday, one more. Monday, then Tuesday, you ask whatever question you want to ask. Look, I'm going to explain. I explained to the other class already. Okay, we know that when we talk about angle, we are talking about going anti-clockwise, correct? Okay, if this is theta. Okay, now this is theta. Okay, now you look. This angle, we go anti-clockwise, you call pi minus theta, correct? So this is second quadrant, correct? So here sin theta, here sin pi minus theta. So the angle is in second quadrant, correct? We know that sin is positive, correct? Correct? So this is the same as sin theta. So next time, if you see sin pi minus theta, you just write it as sin theta. The reason. But if cos theta, if cos pi minus theta, then this is because this angle is in second quadrant. All right. So cos is negative. So we put negative cos theta. This is what you learn in your high school. You get me? So please, tangent pi minus theta also give you negative. Got it? So if it's in third quadrant, then how is the situation go? So I'm going to show it to you. So that's why trigo, you need to have a lot of knowledge from your high school. Can I? So look, this is my angle theta. So now I make it like that. Okay, huh? So now I go anti-clockwise until here. This is theta, correct? This is pi, am I right? So I have the angle sin pi plus theta. You tell me is negative or positive? Third quadrant. It should be negative sin theta. You see or not? That is how it works. So fourth quadrant, you also know what to do. Am I right? So cos pi plus theta is also negative cos theta. Tangent pi plus theta is equal to tangent theta. You get me? So now I can, if you want to talk about fourth quadrant, okay, let me show you how fourth quadrant works. Yeah, so this is your theta. So I draw another line. Here is also your theta. But my angle, I go anti-clockwise. So this angle is called 2 pi minus theta. Am I right? Hello? So that's why cos 2 pi minus theta equal to cos theta. Because in the fourth quadrant, cos is positive. Cos sin 2 pi minus theta will be equal to negative sin theta. Okay or not? Understand? So that is how things work. That's why when you talk about trigo, it's how things work. Your high school trigo, very important.